content little story time about how my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. It's my best friend. Let's call her Stella, and let's call him Jason. So Jason and Stella were very good friends, but I was Jason's girlfriend. So it was kind of weird because he would hang out with her 24/7. It's like, hey babe, you want to hang out? Sorry, not today. I'm hanging out with Stella. Hey, do you want to hang out? Sorry, I'm hanging out with the boys and Stella's coming over after that. Hey, you want to hang out? Sorry, me and Stella are going out to dinner. As friends. So, it was really traumatic because my sister's friend came over, and so we were all hanging out in my sister's room. And all of a sudden, she was like, hey girl, what's the tea? And I was like, so my boyfriend, he has been hanging out with this girl like 24/7. And she was like, does he call you a nickname? And I was like, yeah, he calls me Stella a lot. And I don't know why. And he goes, maybe he's cheating on you with Stella. And I was like, wait a minute. And then the next day I came over, at recess we were hanging out. And I was like, hey, Jason. And he was like, hi, why are you acting weird? And I was like, and he was like, don't you know how you call me Stella a lot? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, why do you? And he was like, because I think that is a very, 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 very cute name. And I was like, then why whenever you see Stella, you call her Ella? And he was like, I don't know. It might be just a coincidence. To call your best friend your girlfriend's name and then call your girlfriend your best friend's name. And he tried to say that he got the names mixed up. But before he even knew this Stella girl, he called me Stella. Well, before I got that. So then the next day I was like, what is going on? What is going on? I gotta search deeper into this. So, and also, me and Stella became friends. So, me and Stella became friends. And it was like, good. So we were good. We were chilling. All of a sudden, she gets a phone call. Well, she didn't get a phone call. The school gets a phone call. And she goes, oh, sorry. The school just called me out. And I was like, bye, girl. See you tomorrow. She's like, bye. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye. I love you. See you tomorrow. Blah, blah. And it's like, okay. And her mom actually called her out of school because Stella was complaining her stomach hurt. But also that day, my boyfriend didn't show up. So Stella got sent home. And then earlier that day, I was talking to my boyfriend, like the next day. I was like, why did you skip school? And he was like, I just had a bad throat. And then I could notice that he was blind. Because normally when he has a bad throat, he would, like after it, he'd be like, yeah, it's just my throat was really hurt. And it would sound dry and all that. And his face, no, like it wasn't dry. Nothing was dry. Ow. I just hit myself. But anyway, I was like, you're laughing. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I was like, yeah, you are also because I know because your dad went out of town this weekend. And he's like, oh, shoot. And he was like, okay. And she was like, also, how did you know that I went out of town? And she was like, did you not know that? I'm your freaking girlfriend. I know more than you. Unless I just know your family more than you freaking do. And he was like, yeah, I guess you do. And so that day I was like really mad and I was upset. And so yeah, I was really mad and upset. And then that day I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like, how did you know that his dad was out of town? And I was like, what do you mean? How did you know? Because she was not in that room when we were talking. So my reaction, I flipped out. I said, wait a second. Are you dating Jason? Johnson? I don't know his name. Are you doing that? And she's like, no, you silly, silly, silly goose. I would never date your boyfriend. He's like not my type. Yeah, not your type. And I was like, And she's like, yeah, he isn't my type and all that. Like the act, like he isn't my type, and I don't even like guys with blonde hair. Yeah. Well, I wish I could show a freaking face because we used to do soccer together when I was like that. Yeah. I really want to show his face, but I can't. Okay. Bye. Love you. See you on part 2.